Alright, so as I was saying, select each of these vertices and slide them until you've acquired that rounded curvature down here. Round it as much as that, or as close to this as possible. So let me just bring this one out a little bit. C, and then I'm just going to bring it out like that. So with that done, let's add in an edge loop in the middle here to contain the rounded off here. So press Ctrl and R in the middle here, press E to align with the left side and move this to about here. Now when you're done, select the whole thing by pressing A, and we're going to insert these faces so we can have extra edges running from here and wrapping around all the way to the top. So press I to insert the face, and you can instantly see what I meant. So like that, and insert it to about there, and press T. As soon as you do that, press T and disable boundary. Okay, that isn't going to work, so re-enable boundary, and we're going to do this ourselves. So here, press K, click here, and click here, and press E, move up here, and click here, and click here, and press spacebar to confirm it. Now select this, move all the way down here, hold Control and click on this as well, and then enable merge and press G twice, slide it in here to merge them together, and disable it again like that. So you can see we have it wrapping around all the way to the top, to this side, and to that side like that. So that is what we wanted to achieve. We're going to add one more in the middle of that, and you can see it runs all the way through like that, all the way to the top like that. Right, now press Alt and H to bring back all the others like that. Hide this, hide that, so we have only these two left. So I'm going to select this one now, and we're now going to add in a solidify to create that thickness for it. So with that selected, enable the solidify, and instantly you can see it works all the way to there. But then some parts of the thickness is bigger than others. So let's try to fix this now and make sure the thickness is consistent all the way through. First of all, let's try enabling even thickness and see if that works. So that didn't work. That didn't work as much. So let's try applying the rotation and scale and see if that works also. So press Ctrl and A on your keyboard and apply rotation and scale. Click and see if that works. So that worked perfectly. Now the thickness are now consistent like that. So we want this to be directly above this surface. Alright, right now it is sticking through too much, so we want to reduce this until the surface is lying right on top of this surface. So let's reduce the thickness a little bit. Alright, so let's reduce it to about, I'm not sure, say 0.012. I think that is sticking through, so maybe 0.011. Let's reduce that a little bit more, 0.0109. Let's try 105, 103, 104. Alright, so we're gonna go with 104 like that. So that's what we're gonna go with right now. We're gonna keep it like this. And let's add in another edge loop close to the end here, or let's take this one and slide it closer to the end so that we have a much sharper edge. So press G twice and slide it closer to the edge like this. so that it is more sharper than what it was before, like that. Let's bring it back a little bit, like that. So now that we have this, we're going to bring the others in now, and let's see what we have. Before we continue, actually, you can see this mesh here is also intersecting through the hole we created here. So in order to prevent that, we're going to create a hole in this mesh as well, so that it cannot show up in here. Right now it is cutting through, and you can see what I mean when I hide this mesh right now. So I'm going to press H to hide it, and you realize that the intersection will go away. So you can see that. So this was before and after. So we want to cut a hole through this mesh below this one, so that this hole is not sticking through. So we're going to do that right now. Let's go into edit mode. Let's hide this one. Go into edit mode, and then let's add in a loop cut close to the end here, and let's just select these three here, press X and delete those vertices. Now press Alt and H. Press Alt and H in object mode to bring them back, and now you can see that gets rid of it. And we still have that end over there, like that. So now what we're going to do is add in a solidify again to this object. So click on add modifier and add in solidify, like that. Press Ctrl and A to apply the rotation and scale of this one as well, like that. I'm going to hide this object, so we have only this one here. So we're going to select this, and we're going to, in the solidify modifier, enable only rim, so that it is only adding the solidify only to the rims. Okay, so the inner faces are not going to be filled, it's only adding it to the rim, like that. So with that done, we're now going to apply the solidify. Alright, and remember, let me just hide this real quick. Because the solidify wasn't the first on the list, it's creating some problems here. Again, it created faces in the middle. We want to get rid of those faces right now. So select all those vertices and press X and choose faces to get rid of it, like that. So with that done, we're going to go down here as well, and we're going to select these vertices here. Leave the corner one, just select the one below it all the way to the center, and delete those vertices as well. We're going to do the same thing here. Leave the corner one, select these ones all the way to the middle here, and delete those vertices as well, so that we have only this one here. So all we're going to do now is press E to extrude, and then specify the axis by pressing X, and move this out to this point about here, like that. Now we're going to add in loop cuts to contain the spreading here. So press Ctrl and R and drag it close to the end here, and press Ctrl and R here as well. Drag it close to the end here until we have that. Now we're going to drag this one close to the end here to make it more sharper of a bevel here. So press G twice and then move that one close to the side, like that. Add another one in the middle here, drag it close to the top to define that bevel even more. So now we press Alt and H, and you can see we've covered up that gap there with the bottom plate here, like that. So that is looking good so far now. So now what we're going to do next is to create the base of the coffee machine. Alright, so we're going to create the base, the whole base as one piece. We're going to create it as one piece from left to right, like that. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to get in here, get into edit mode, and we're going to select this edge here, and select the edge here all the way to the back like that, and then we're going to press P and separate the selection, and we get out, and then select that selection we separated by clicking around here. And let's disable the solidify for now, and let's get into edit mode. But before we do that, let's hide everything else. So with that selected, press Ctrl and I to invert the selection and select those ones. Press H to hide it, and now select this. Get into edit mode, and we're going to close the gap in the middle here by selecting all the ones around here, all these vertices, and pressing Alt and M and say at the center. We merge them all at the center like that. What we're going to do next is now take these three as well, these three, 2, 3, press Alt and M, merge them at the last, and we're going to move this in the X axis till it attaches itself to this one here like that. So now we're going to select the whole thing, and we're going to extrude in the Z axis. So press E and then Z and extrude it down in the Z axis like that. Again, the normals are facing the wrong direction, so select the whole thing, press Ctrl and N on your keyboard to recalculate the normals like that. Now press Alt and H to bring back the other objects like that. Select this, go back into edit mode. Select the bottom edges like that, and press F to insert faces, and I'll press I to insert more faces like that. Press T, enable boundary so it doesn't flow through to the side. Enable boundary like that, and you press T to hide that again. So we're now going to add in another edge loop in the middle here. So press Ctrl and R, press left click and then right click like that. Now I'm going to add some more here as well. So click here, move that down here like this. In fact, let's dissolve these edges. So hold down Alt and select these edges here, press X and dissolve it. Now select the whole thing again here. Hold down Alt and just click there to select the whole thing, and we're going to insert these faces some more. But before we do that, let's spread out these vertices here so that when we insert it, they don't intersect like what they're doing right now. So we're going to spread out these vertices first before we insert. So let's do that by taking each vertices and spreading it away from each other like that. Just press G twice, slide them away from each other like that. Do it for each end. Press period to focus on a selected vertex, and then just spread them out. Just spread them out like that. Spread them out, spread them out, spread them out like that. So once you've done that, select the whole thing again and press I to insert like that, and then you have that. Spread them out again for a much more consistent flow like that. Do that up here as well. Spread them out like that till we have that. So with that done, I'm going to add another edge loop up here like this, and I'm going to take this and I'm going to slide around, right? So press, with that edge selected, hold down Alt and select it, press G twice, hold down Control, move this in, taking a look down, then move this in 0.6 and press G twice and move it up 0.4 like that. And once you're done, press T and choose smooth shading to smooth out the shading like that. I'm going to add in an extra edge loop in the middle here to stop the flow of the averaging of the subdivision surface. So press Ctrl and R here, add in one in here, left click and then right click to keep it there like that. We're going to add one more up here as well. So click in the middle here, left click and then right click to keep it in there as well, like that. So the base is complete. All we have to do now is to add in a Solidify modifier to make it look more realistic. But in this case, I didn't want us to use a Solidify modifier. I wanted us to do this manually. Or you know what, let's add in the Solidify modifier. So select that object, and in object mode press Ctrl and I to invert the selection, and press H to hide it. Now select the object again and get into the modifiers and add in a Solidify. In fact, I already think we have a Solidify modifier here, so just enable it like this. Press Ctrl and A, apply the rotation and scale, and then increase the thickness a little bit more to about 0.04, I think, and then enable only rim, so that it is only creating the Solidify on the rim like that, and then click on apply. Remember to delete the faces in the middle that Solidify causes with mirroring. So go into edit mode, select all of those vertices and press X and delete the faces like that. Once you're done, you can see there's intersection going on here. We want to clean that up right now. So let's begin here. Select this, press G twice to open it up. Do the same here. Select this, press G twice, move it back here. Select this, press G twice, move it here. Select this, press G twice, and level it out like that. We'll go on to the other end and do the same thing. G twice, slide it back. G twice, slide it back. G twice, slide it here and there. Same applies to this one. G twice, slide it. G twice, slide it like that. So now we're going to sharpen up the bevel here to make it less rounded. So press Ctrl and R and then add this in, drag it up to here. Press Ctrl and R, add it in, drag it up to here until we have that rounded shape like that. We want to make it more sharp, so add one more in between each of them. First of all, drag this up a little bit more, and then add one more in the middle. Add one more in the middle here as well to make it more sharp like that. Now press Alt and H to bring back everything, and as you can see, this is what we have so far. Our coffee machine is getting completed bit by bit. But then as you can see, our base is sticking through the ground, so we want to move the whole thing up a little bit more until it's sitting on top here on the x-axis. So press A to select everything. Press A until you have everything selected. Move to the front view like this. Press G and then Z. Try to hold on Control and move this up until it's a little bit, or it tries to sit on the x-axis. If you don't have it here, just left click right now, and we're going to move this manually until it falls on the x-axis. So press G and then Z. This time hold down Shift and place it directly on the x-axis so that it's sitting right on it like that. So as you can see, the coffee machine is coming to life. Alright, so for now I'm going to end here. Remember to save your work each time you're done, and I will see you in the next video.